Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi continues to bolster ties with Russia. He met with Russia's Deputy Prime Minister Dmitry Patrushev during the World Food India event at the Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. The two leaders discussed strengthening cooperation between India and Russia in key sectors such as agriculture, fertilizers and food processing. Prime Minister Modi also conveyed his greetings to Russian President Vladimir Putin and expressed his anticipation of welcoming him to India for the 23rd India-Russia Annual Summit. Is the pitch that has come in from both sides when it comes to expanding Indo-Russia engagement. I'm joined by my colleague Aman Sharma on the broadcast. So Aman, clearly Prime Minister Modi on the front foot when it comes to expanding ties with Russia, no matter the pressure coming in from the West.
Well, absolutely, Ayushman. It is very, very clear that, today the Deputy Prime Minister of Russia was in Delhi. He's called upon the Prime Minister, met him, and they have both exchanged views on enhancing cooperation, in fact, in many fields like agriculture, fertilizers, food processing, other areas of mutual interest. And most importantly, the Prime Minister conveyed his warm greetings to President Putin and said that, India looks forward, he looks forward to welcoming Mr. Putin to India for a 23rd India-Russia Annual Summit, which is expected in the month of December. And this was also an invite that the Prime Minister extended to Mr. Putin when both had met in China recently at the SCO Summit. And Mr. Putin had accepted the Prime Minister's invite, saying he will definitely come to India in December. So in a way, India-Russia relations, it has not been impacted in any way by the secondary tariffs of 25%, which the US had put on India due to our purchases of Russian oil. In fact, earlier today also, Ayushman, at an event in Greater Noida, the Prime Minister had mentioned that Russia was a partner country in the UP government event, and this, he said, only strengthens our time-tested relationship with Russia. So clearly the Prime Minister very warmly recounting the Russian ties, how to make it even stronger. And even in this meeting with the Deputy Prime Minister of Russia, the groundwork for Mr. Putin's visit to India in December, I think, is being laid, which is going to be an extremely significant visit.
Right. And at the same time, Aman, when it comes to the pressure that's put in from the West, when it comes to India's purchase of discounted Russian oil, that's something India has weathered when it comes to taking on that pressure coming in from the West. Russia has always been that all-weather friend, and Prime Minister Modi knows that when it comes to energy security and even to strategic ties, Russia is a central player. And at the same time, even with the pressure coming in from the West, Prime Minister Modi has been able to navigate ties with China also to create this troika, if you will, which we saw at Tianjin.
Well, absolutely. At the SCO summit in Tianjin, we saw all the three leaders share a very good chemistry. I would say very warm gestures by all of them to the way they were talking, standing together, and especially with Vladimir Putin. When Mr. Putin wanted Mr. Modi to accompany him in his car to the bilateral event venue, he even waited 10 minutes inside his car for Mr. Modi to join him. Both the leaders, in fact, after reaching the venue, Ayushman, remained in the car for almost 45 minutes talking to each other inside the car, which was followed by a bilateral meeting. So I think that shows how close India-Russia relations are. And, all these events, which I'm telling you, happened just after the 25% secondary tariffs were put by the US for us buying Russian oil. And leading ministers in the Modi government have made it very clear that, we will not discontinue buying Russian oil because it serves our economic interests. So it's very clear that India is not giving up on its relations with Russia. And also the Mr. Putin's visit in December to India is a much anticipated visit by the Indian establishment as well.
Right. Thank you, Aman, for getting us that piece of breaking news that's coming in. Prime Minister Modi meeting the Deputy Prime Minister of Russia, Dmitry Patrushev, during the World Food India event at the Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. So Prime Minister Modi only playing on the front foot when it comes to expanding bilateral ties between India and Russia, when it comes to cases of energy security to the strategic interests that both the nations share. Shifting focus to some more news that's coming in, what we are learning is that